This video is about the evolution of host travel agencies. Travel agencies hosting independent travel agents wasn't always the way industry distributed products and services to the public. In fact, the progression of host agencies is really quite fascinating. And here is how they evolved. Starting in the late 1800s, Brownell Travel, still in business today, offered small group tours to Europe and also acted as an intermediary between tour operators and consumers. The idea of retail travel agencies didn't really take hold until the aviation industry became robust and needed agents to both document, write airline tickets, and settle, collect money from the passenger and give it to the airlines, this transaction. And travel agents would file for appointments from the ATC, or Air Traffic Conference, and IATA, or International Airline Traffic Conference. And once appointed, travel agents received accountable documents such as ticket stock, MCOs, and others. A client would visit an agency to make an airline reservation, which the agent made with the airline over the telephone, and then documented the reservation by handwriting a validated airline ticket, which the passenger used when checking in for a flight. And as an ATC appointed travel agent, each agency filed a report every Tuesday with their appointed bank that was a member of the area settlement plan. Funds were distributed to the airlines as part of the settlement process. If there were more than one airline involved on an itinerary, the downline airline would submit the ticket coupons to the lead airline for payment after providing the service to the passenger and obtaining the passenger's flight coupon from the ticket. All airlines paid commissions to ATC and IATA appointed travel agencies as part of the agency sales agreement travel agents entered into upon being appointed. And in the mid to late 1970s, the airlines made automation available to retail travel agencies by allowing them to install their CRS so agents could make reservations in real time and also print traffic documents as well. Agencies with CRS access gained a huge advantage over those without, and initially an agent had to qualify for the automation. This automation of retail travel agencies sparked new opportunities. And early in the evolution of the disintermediation of travel agents, domestic airlines introduced robust loyalty programs to their frequent flyer clients. Travel agents rushed to sign up their clients, forfeiting their clients' information in total to the airlines. This single event is what set up the coming changes for travel agents with domestic airlines. Unwittingly, travel agents gave up their most valuable resource to the airlines. Airlines looking to streamline their processes started introducing electronic ticketing or paperless airline tickets. And at first, passengers rejected the idea, feeling much more comfortable with paper tickets. However, e-tickets introduced a new era and eliminated one of the key functions of retail travel agents, who provided the service of documentation, writing airline tickets, as a critical element in the air distribution channel. And in 1978, Congress passed the Airline Deregulation Act, which completely deregulated the airline industry. It disbanded the CAB, ATC, and eliminated IATA from appointing travel agents in the United States. It turned a heavily regulated market into a free market and changed the way travel agents interacted with the airlines. It created the Airline Reporting Corporation, ARC, which took the duties of the ATC over. Agents wanting to write airline tickets had to conform with the standards of the Airline Reporting Agreement. And deregulation had the effect of turning the aviation industry upside down, and legacy airlines found it very difficult to compete in this new environment. Short-haul regional hub and spoke airlines, such as Southwest, experienced explosive growth at the expense of the legacy domestic airlines that operated national hub and spoke networks. And in this new environment, anyone with the ability to charter an airplane and fill it with aviation fuel could start an airline, and many did just that. Deregulation also introduced the idea that agents could operate without an ARC appointment and were free to market any way they wished. Deregulation ushered in the new era of home-based travel agent. The first host agencies came into existence during the mid-1980s, as did the MLMs, card mills, and other businesses exploiting the new deregulated environment. Tom and I operated one of the first host agencies as documented in a 1991 article about the new networks in Travel Age West magazine. Initially, this new breed of agency was rejected by orthodox storefront agencies and the industry at large. And during the regulated environment, retail travel agents band together in both regional and national consortiums for the purpose of aggregating revenues to gain higher commissions from the consortium's preferred suppliers. As automation continued its integration into the travel industry, many suppliers could identify productive agents and those that were not as productive. Pressure built on consortia to improve productivity and marketing efforts to justify the override commissions that they earned. And many suppliers questioned the value proposition most consortiums offered. Back then, we belonged to a consortium in Arizona that was made up of primarily agents in Arizona who sold leisure travel. The value proposition for independent agents was crystal clear. We received 22% commission from NCL at the time and paid our agents 70% of the commission, or 15.4% on the sale of an NCL cruise. This was much better than the 10% they would get as an ARC or CLIA appointed agent. It was because the individual agents booked under our ARC number and that they were invisible to suppliers who only saw our aggregated revenues. And in 1995, Delta Airlines capped the amount of commission that it would pay on domestic airline tickets. The maximum commission on a one-way ticket was $25 and $50 for a round-trip ticket. This one event changed the travel agency business forever. It was followed by commission cuts by other airlines until most domestic airlines no longer paid commission to travel agents. During the 1990s and into the early 2000s, several paradigms occurred in the same period, creating a confluence of change. With airline commissions declining and finally eliminated, it made no sense for the travel agencies to maintain their storefronts, which was part of the requirement to obtain airline ticketing appointments. Agencies dramatically reduced their overhead by closing their retail storefront and moving into their home-based operation. This allowed them to trim their less productive airline business in favor of adopting a fee-based airline service to focus on more lucrative leisure markets, which were untouched by the airline commission situation. The earliest of dial-up software for Easy Sabre, PARS, and Datus2 made it possible for agents to use their personal computers to dial up using a modem into the various CRS to transact business. And this led to the ability for an ARC-appointed agency to give remote access to their CRS for agents that could not physically come into their office. Email was just taking hold, and fax machines were considered modern technology. Usenet, a global Unix bulletin board, became populated by huge travel-related groups such as rec.travel.cruises. That became the new highways for cruise professionals to both research cruise information and communicate with cruises worldwide. And the following evolution of discussion boards and the World Wide Web enabled travel agents to access information heretofore unavailable. Host agencies that aggregated revenues of their growing number of agents in a way that suppliers could not see the agents as separate entities, as they could with consortia, experienced incredible growth. There was some consolidation as large retailers began to see the advantages of having a host agency model, and many acquired existing hosts or started their own model. And today's host agencies are formidable companies, many with sales in the hundreds of millions of dollars. They offer state-of-the-art technology, aggressive training, and marketing support, and excellent commissions, and many other benefits. So let's recap the key points of this tutorial. Host agencies have recently evolved due to a confluence of change. The Airline Deregulation Act, commission caps and cuts, automation, and lack of specific productivity paved the way for host agencies. And today's host agencies are some of the largest in the industry with hundreds of millions in sales annually. I hope that you found this information valuable and it helps you understand where host travel agencies came from. If you did, please give the tutorial a like and subscribe to our channel. And thanks so much for being with me today.